Hey, this is Adam Green, the director of Hatchet, and you're listening to WithoutYourHead.com.
All right, we're back, and we're joined by Mike Mendez. Welcome to Without Your Head.
Good to be here. How are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
Oh, very good. Very excited about this weekend.
Cool. And how's everybody else doing?
Oh, I'm all right.
All right.
All right, that was enthusiastic. Right on.
He hit us out of the blue with that one. I'm not ready for all that.
He's not ready for how are you doing?
You're the guest. Come on.
All right.
Well, I'm 3 hours behind, so I guess I'm just more awake or something. I don't know. It's earlier over here.
Let everybody know that you're the director of Gravedancers, which is part of 8 Films to Die For.
That is correct.
The HorrorFest, which you can check out horrorfestonline.com and see if it's playing near you. It's this weekend only, November 17th to the 19th. And you can also check out gravedancers.com. So, are you looking forward to the weekend?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I've hardly seen any of the movies, so, I have my tickets ready for Friday to see Dark Ride, Reincarnation, and Unrest, so.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen any of them, but I'm really excited about them.
Are all 8 playing each day?
No, it's 3 a day. You got Reincarnation, Unrest, and Dark Ride, and then on Friday and then Saturday you have Gravedancers, The Abandoned, and Penny Dreadful, and then Sunday you have the Hamiltons. Doing this all off memory, so bear with me. The Hamiltons, Wicked Little Things, and the bonus movie Snoop Dogg's Hood of Horrors on Sunday night. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, that one wasn't on the website.
Yeah, it is now. It just popped up literally today. That's your bonus 9th movie. If you see all 8 movies, keep your ticket stubs and you can go see Hood of Horrors for free.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's wild.
Yeah, totally. And you also get a T-shirt, which they also don't advertise on the website. So if you can, buy all 8 tickets. Get a snazzy little T-shirt. So.
Yeah, that's cool.
Awesome.
It's very cool. Yeah.
Do you know where this idea came from?
It's definitely the brainchild of Courtney Solomon, who directed a movie called Dungeons and Dragons and An American Haunting. What I respect about Mr. Solomon quite a bit is that he always does something very unique with all his movies, and not so much necessarily from a filmmaking side, but from the business side. He always comes up with something very inventive and exciting. And American Haunting, he basically formed a distribution company and released the movie themselves, and they made like $18 or $19 million in the U.S. box office with it, and so they were very encouraged. And he had an idea of like, well, horror is hot, and people want to see a lot of horror movies, and right now there's almost an overabundance of them. So this was a great way to package them so that you can see them in theaters and whatnot. And so this was kind of his idea, and God bless him for it, because we wouldn't be here without him by any means. So.
Yeah. And plus, there's a lot of like horror fests around the country. This is kind of a way to bring them to everybody, so you don't have to really go out of your way to find them. Yeah,
totally. I mean, it's good for a lot of things. And like you said, a national horror festival, so everyone can kind of share the experience all over the U.S. And also, just these days, even though horror movies are hotter than they ever have been, the independent movies are kind of what started this with Saw and Hostel and and a lot of things like that. And now all the movies that are coming out are all studio movies, The Return and Texas Chainsaw and The Grudge too, and and so all these slots, slots for movies to come out. Now it's harder for independent movies to come out because they're all taken up by studio films. So this is an exciting way for, if you're a supporter of independent horror, which has always been kind of the most fertile and exciting ground of where, the best horror comes from. This is a great way to support independent horror and check out movies that, wouldn't be able to get a theatrical release just because there's so many other things taking up all the release slots now. So it's a good thing for horror fans in general.
How did they pick which of the 8 movies? Did they contact you or?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like the way any distributor, acquires a movie is that, they attend the different film markets and see what movies are available and what movies are looking for a distributor, and, they kind of propose this idea. Usually you either get a distributor who releases it in theaters and, takes care of it, or a distributor who, releases it on DVD. So they just kind of came to us the same way that any other buyer would at one of the markets, and just kind of had this kind of very novel and different approach at releasing movies. I got to admit that part of the appeal was just that it was its originality, because there's never been anything like this. And that was part of the deciding factors, that we just very much wanted to be a part of it, because we knew that it was a way to get the film scene nationally and get it out there in a very unique structure. And so, so that's kind of how they did it, pretty much just like any other movie, like any other, distributor.
Mm-hmm. Are you happy so far with, because you see the ads pretty much everywhere?
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, I can't speak for outside of California, because I'm in California, but are you seeing it in your hometown and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I live in
That's
Massachusetts.
great.
Yeah, you see it on TV all the time. You see it on online a lot, too.
Yeah, absolutely. They're doing a great job of online and Sci-Fi Channel and Comedy Central and Late Night TV and G4 and stuff like that. They seem to know who their audience is, which is great.
Mm-hmm. You think this is something they could do annually?
That's the plan. It's a matter of I hope and encourage all your listeners to go out and check it out, because if this is successful, I think we would all like nothing more for this to be an annual event. And something that people can look forward to and kind of plan their weekend around, that a new horror fest is coming. So we hope, I definitely think they certainly intend at least to do one for 07. At least that's the intention, is that they plan to go. But we hope it'll be a big success, and we hope that it'll be 07 and many years to come. We hope so.
You want to tell everybody what they can expect from Gravedancers?
Gravedancers is, I don't know if anyone's familiar with my previous film, The Convent. The Convent was very much a kind of a schlocky horror comedy. The Gravedancers is somewhat of a different thing. It's much more a moody, atmospheric, spooky haunted house movie with a little bit of a kick-ass edge. I definitely needed a body count in there. And so I think the biggest inspirations for the movie come from things like Poltergeist, The Others, The Entity, and The Haunted Mansion would probably be where the biggest influences come. But it's just kind of a fun ride. I think the movie, I mentioned The Haunted Mansion there, which is not a movie, it's a ride. Yeah, I should specify, influenced by The Haunted Mansion ride, not the movie.
Yeah,
yeah, Eddie Murphy's in it, it's great. You'll love it. No. But we wanted to go for very much kind of like spook show kind of feel, where you're in a dark place and we want you to jump out of your seat and hopefully have your date grab onto you and maybe jump onto your lap during or after the movie, either way. And it's kind of a throwback to just kind of more classical spooky cinema, so.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to play that record all the time.
Oh, what, the Haunted Mansion record?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Came with a little book.
Very much so. And even the designs of the ghosts are kind of our modern interpretation of grim grinning ghosts. So. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was going to say when I saw like the ghosts, especially the little girl. That spooked me out when I first saw her.
Yeah, no, totally. We're very fortunate to get Spectral Motion, who is a great company that did Hellboy and X3, and Fantastic Four and stuff, and usually wouldn't touch anything this small, but thankfully they liked the script and they liked me, and they decided to do this. So they did a pretty kick-ass job of designing some pretty creepy ghouls. So
yeah, it looks it.
Yeah, everybody can check out the trailer at gravedancers.com or horrorfestonline.com.
That's right.
Someone here in our chat room, TC Anderson, you want to know if you think they'll put out a DVD box set of all 8 movies together.
They might do a box set. I'm not 100% sure. The plan as of now is that they're going to release them about once every 2 weeks, starting in like March, so through March, April, up until about June. You'll be able to get all the movies on DVD. But who knows? I mean, it all depends on how successful this weekend is. If there's an interest, it's certainly possible that maybe in time for Horror Fest 07, that there may be a re-release in a box set form. That certainly has been talked about.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned earlier the Convent. Tell everybody that's on DVD right now.
Yeah.
And the Real Killer is the other movie you did. I think that's only on VHS.
Only on VHS, but there's a mighty fine German 2-disc set that I recommend highly. But I very much would like to bring that to us Region 1 viewers over here. Hopefully trying to get a new one off the ground and get a new release for it on DVD finally.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned some of your influences. Who were some of your influences, before you got into making movies?
I grew up, and I kind of think my biggest film school was Evil Dead 2. So I certainly loved and adored and still do, just a huge fan of Sam Raimi. And then, also in the formative years, Peter Jackson came along with Bad Taste and Dead Alive.
Yeah.
And Meet the Feebles, and that was pretty huge on me as well. But I also have to give again this is what I was weaned on as a kid. Carpenter also played a pretty major part in my formative years, as well as Argento and Romero and Cronenberg as well. But definitely Raimi and Carpenter are probably my two biggest influences and heroes. So.
Mm-hmm. I think John had a question.
I was just going to ask, what was your... do you plan on working in the horror genre for the rest of your career, or would you like to kind of get out of it?
If they'll let me, I will do it. So, I'm not one of those guys that has the kind of highfalutin attitude of well, I'm going to start off in the horror thing, and then maybe I'll move on to a nice romantic comedy, and then, that's not really my thing. It's kind of I love horror. I grew up on horror. If I make, horror for the rest of my life, I should be so lucky. So, so that's the plan. I mean, I have nothing against doing an action movie or doing something that maybe is, a little bit out of the realm. But see, I think the horror genre is kind of fairly broad, and I think you can do horror action or horror comedies or, horror dramas even, things like, and I think there are people like Guillermo del Toro who are kind of pushing it to new places too, like Pan's Labyrinth, which is not out yet and is just a freaking phenomenal movie. He's doing something that is very much a fairy tale and not a horror movie, but you could see where the influences and roots come from. So people like that, are always very exciting to me. That even though they may not be doing a straight horror movie, basically they're still painting with horror colors. So I would hope that I would be fortunate enough to kind of be one of those people, that do that. So.
What's scary to you? What movies have you seen that really scared you?
Movies?
Mm-hmm.
Or real life here?
No, either one.
Movies, what scares me, not much. I mean, again, you gotta keep in mind I grew up on this stuff. The movie Irreversible, was, not a horror movie, but, pretty effective and pretty impactful and pretty horrible in its own way, kind of a horror movie to me. I like the atmosphere of the others, quite a bit. And I thought the Descent was fucking awesome. Oh, I can't swear. I'm sorry. Or can I?
That's all right. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, you can let him rip.
Okay. Yeah. I apologize. Anyway, but the Descent I thought was amazing, and I thought that was really just a great horror movie, and also a great hybrid being a horror action movie as well. What scares me in real life, just walking outside and just watching the news. So, real life's pretty frickin' terrifying. So. Yeah,
the movie's escapism, real life's the real horror.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything you want to tell everybody out there why they should come see Gravedancers and 8 Films to Die For this weekend?
Again, like I said before, come on out to support independent horror. If you like the idea and want to see it continue, I think that's a good enough reason by itself to go out and check it out. I can't personally verify or vouch for all the movies. I hear good things about all of them in their own unique way. I think if you want something that if you want something just kind of atmospheric and creepy and fun, I think go see Gravedancers. If you want, a completely, blood-soaked gore fest, you might be a little disappointed, but hopefully you'll enjoy the other things about it. And don't get me wrong, I have nothing against the gore. I absolutely love it, but on this one, we decided to kind of focus more on the creep factor than the beheadings. Next one, we'll focus on the beheadings.
Someone here in our chat room, he agreed with you, Ryron Voorhees, that The Descent is effing awesome.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I definitely think that's really one of the best things in a long time. And it's always disappointing to me that that was just so great, and a lot of the movies that I seem to really like and enjoy aren't as successful as some of the things that are just huge. Chainsaw the Beginning or whatever, which is fine for what it is, but so many better movies are out there on an independent level, and don't get the love that they deserve. So I'm happy to see that people dig it. So and hopefully they'll dig some of these movies as well.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on here. Really appreciate it. Good luck with
Absolutely. What are you guys up to for the rest of the evening? Who's on the show tonight?
Just you this evening.
All right.
Yeah,
very good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I'm honored.
You'll get yourself a hand-drawn picture by Troy.
Oh, really? Oh, cool. Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I think I saw it. Was it the average?
Yeah,
was
right.
I saw it on MySpace there.
Yeah.
You were very kind to me on the weight thing, so I appreciate that greatly. So,
well, I usually am with myself, so,
That's very nice of you. So, anyway, that's very cool.
This is Barbara Crampton, and you're listening to Without Your Head.